Today's game spotlight is Ankh'or. In Ankh'or, players will be acquiring resource tokens in order to purchase tiles. These tiles are then placed in their tableau in front of them and will score them points at the end of the game based on groupings. So ideally you're going to want to group tiles of the same color together and tiles of the same animal type together. Additionally, some of the tiles will have a special ability. The tile may grant you an additional turn immediately. It may provide additional storage space for resources, or it might just give you a flat out 2 additional points. If at any time you have completed a grouping of 5 or more of the same color or same animal type, then you will get a 3-point bonus. Additionally, the Ankh token may be used to either replenish missing tiles from the market or move one of your existing tiles in your tableau to a different position. The game is going to end as soon as a player reaches 13 tiles. At that point, you're going to finish out the current round, and then whoever has the most points will win. I'm recommending Ankh'or because honestly, I don't think Splendor needs my recommendation at this point. It is a bestseller for a reason. Ankh'or, on the other hand, I think is going to potentially be overlooked because of its similarities to Splendor. I prefer Ankh'or because the resources are a bit tighter. In Splendor, you have your gems that you then use to purchase development cards, and then your development cards become resources to purchase more development cards. So after a while, it becomes kind of tedious to keep track of what all of your opponents can potentially afford on their turn. Whereas in Ankh'or, players will always be purchasing the tiles with the gems. The tiles themselves cannot be spent in order to buy more tiles. So it becomes more apparent what your opponents may be able to afford on their turn. It's not 100% deterministic because your opponents may also have Ankh tokens that may change the state of the marketplace. But you have a very good idea of what your opponents might want because of those tiling bonuses for scoring. You're going to know which tiles are going to be the most advantageous and score the most points for your opponents. So that's also a greater degree of knowledge for players than in Splendor, where a lot of the cards are going to have the same prestige value, and it's a little more ambiguous as to what your opponents are aiming to acquire. The market does not get refreshed unless someone expends an Ankh token, so there's fewer chances for me to feel burned out by the luck of the draw, so to speak. In Splendor, every time someone purchases a development card, that development card is replaced. When I say that Splendor has more luck of the draw, I want to be clear that that's not necessarily a negative. Having more luck of the draw is going to be a leveling factor for newer players. You're like Splendor's more critically successful little brother who earns a smaller paycheck and has less approval from their parents, probably. I think that's how that works. Parents usually like the first kids more anyway.